Are Trump's other triumphs taking a toll on tax reform? Or am I just all about alliteration? It's the topic of tonight's...
Trump's first 100 days plus 10. Or maybe it's 14. How's he doing? Let's find out.
Does anyone remember what we were talking about at the beginning of this week? Seriously, I don't. But it was health care and taxes. But so much happens at once in a Trump presidency, from Comey to North Korea to Russia, that the media hurricane is always a Category 5. So is all the chaos drowning out his plan to make America great again? I know a judge who was deliberating the same thing.
Your agenda is not getting out because people are caught up on the Comey issue and ridiculous stuff.
I agree.
How do you get rid of Comey,
I think
who in your press office says one thing, the vice president says another thing? How do we resolve that?
Well, that's an interesting situation. I actually said today, let's not ever do any more press briefings. You know, they're getting tremendous ratings, and especially the fake media, they're going crazy.
I think we were the first to run excerpts from this interview. I'm very excited about it. Anyway, anything can change this whole thing, Kat. How do you see the first 110 days going?
Oh, boy. I think that we're going to continue talking about Comey for a very long time. And if Trump doesn't like that, then maybe he shouldn't tweet about Comey.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
let it go. Move on.
He should try to let it go, but the American people aren't going to let it go. He should say, investigate me more.
Right.
But keep investigating. I love it when you investigate me. I love it. It's this thing I read about called reverse psychology, Greg. And if you do that, then people might think, oh, he might not have anything to hide.
I don't think that did well for Gary Hart, if I remember. I think Gary Hart said, follow me, and they did. Or was that John Edwards? I think it was John Edwards. I don't know. It was either way. It was a philandering left-winger. David, what are your thoughts on the future? What the future holds?
It's going to be more Russia.
Yes.
Which is like, what's going on with Russia?
Yeah.
Is it this Flynn? Michael, we have a Michael Flynn phone call after the election.
Yeah.
Is the whole thing?
Yeah, that's it. So
you
far.
got to come at me with something stronger.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't keep saying, like, there's no evidence. Because when Trump says we need to investigate voter fraud, they say, there's no voter fraud, get out of here.
Yeah.
When he says we need to investigate Obama surveillance on Republican, they're like, get out, there's no evidence, get out of here. And then they're like, we need to investigate Trump ties to Russia. Now, there's no evidence, but we're going to find something. We're going to stay up all night.
Yes. We're going to get tons of agents and all the reporters, and they're going to crowdsource. It was like when they found Sarah Palin's emails. They crowdsourced to do that.
I like to just not predict, so then that way I can't be wrong, and I can be like, you were wrong to everyone else.
Yes.
I will say this about Trump, though. It started out people comparing him to Hitler.
Yeah.
And now you get Nixon, so in some ways he's winning people over.
Next week.
That was a hot take.
Amanda, I think there's a rare gift here. He introduces a new level of chaos, and so some stuff is getting done. Like you have the raids that are going on, the deregulation, the pipeline, but it's all in this cloud of dust.
Yeah, I mean there's a lot going on that's in the mainstream media. But meanwhile, you have things happening under the radar. Like 2 days ago, he signed one of the most important executive orders. Nobody covered it, regarding election fraud and voting fraud. Nobody really heard about it, but there's all of this other stuff that's milling underneath. But I think that we as conservatives, we have a little bit of amnesia when it comes to the left, because every time something like this happens, they have a complete freak out, and we're like, oh, they've really lost it this time. They've lost their collective, you know what.
Yeah.
But we forget that that's what they did the last time, and the time before that, and the time before that, and this is what the Democrat Party has devolved into. It's just a dumpster fire.
But conspiracy theories can be fun.
Yeah. Cyrus?
Can I get one point on Russia?
Yes. Yeah.
You got this little guy, Adam Schiff.
Right.
You know, he runs around. He's on TV all the time.
Yeah.
And a while back, he was like, we have more than circumstantial evidence that there's ties to Russia. It's like, Adam, if that happens to be classified, we all want to know that.
Yeah.
That's not something that the public needs to know if the president is a spy.
Yes.
Don't keep that in a...
Yes. We'll get
so
to
tell us. But he's not telling us because he doesn't have anything.
That's true. Although he is adorable. He is like the sheriff from Toy Story. You know, Cyrus, I want you to just say what's on your mind right now about this, because you're staring at me in a frightening way.
I wish that...
That could be my own feeling.
Yeah, there you go. No, you're right, 100%. I'm thinking about doing bad stuff to you. I wish some of his tweets, he just started quoting movies. Like, you know, like, my lawyer is the best lawyer. You know, you're going to be doing the news from Alaska. That'd be great. Give him some Scarface stuff. Give him some stuff to really be scared about. But,
or dashboard confessional lyrics.
What would help me as a guy who watches a lot of news now, because it's kind of a job, if instead of we had dun dun breaking news, we had dun dun breaking opinions, and then I'd be like, oh, it's an opinion, it's not facts based, it's what they're feeling, and then there'd be a little show that's probably on for about 15 minutes. It goes, and the news, and it would just be an old guy with glasses who would tell us what's actually real and going on in the world today. Won't be exciting, won't be fun, but then we'd have breaking opinions, because the American community as a whole is confused by all these opinions. They don't have any facts by it. Trust me, I would think if he was and like I said, I don't know the whole deal with it. Every time I see it, I'm like, oh, great, here comes something. You don't have anything. So at some point, I think Donald's right to be frustrated by the investigation, because it is holding up so many things and costing so much money to the American people, all this investigation stuff. We've had, what, 3 committees?
Yeah.
Now they want a special prosecutor, and then they're going to want a special secret prosecutor, and then they're going to put him on double secret probation. I mean, there's... all that stuff costs money.
Yeah.
So either you got some or you don't, man. Which one?
Exactly.
Like, you know?
Excellent point to end on, Mr. Tyrant. And whatever mean things you were thinking of doing to me, I would probably enjoy.